calling from a 513 area code. Who's this? Where are you calling from? You better be a first-time caller.
Hey, Joe. Hey, Sam. This is Joe from Cincinnati. I am, in fact, first time, long time.
You know how I knew that, Joe? Because you called me Joe.
Yeah, well, you know, can't all have our words right?
No, I understand. That's what I wanted, a novice caller. What's on your mind, Joe?
Yeah, so I've been having some conversations with family lately, particularly with respect to Israel-Palestine, and it seems like, I mean, it's probably not going to be an original observation, but it seems like a lot of people, they will take the message that, like, what Israel is doing is bad, but they don't really internalize it in any way that would change their perspective on what our role is in the international community. And I was just I'm kind of curious if you guys have any insight as to what might be able to get through some thicker-skulled individuals' heads.
Well, I mean, I think part of the problem is that many people in this country do not sort of consider Palestinians to have the same amount of humanity as they do for other people. You know, racism or supremacy or whatever it is. I mean, if these images were coming out of Ukraine, and to be sure, like, look, the Russians attack civilians in Ukraine, and they've invaded that country and whatnot. But I mean, if you saw like cities just completely leveled,
right?
I mean,
the absolute
completely
level of devastation's unmatched.
It's unmatched. And if you had seen that, you know, in Ukraine, I think like the outcry would be amazing. But there is there is a big and it's a sort of transpartisan lobby in support of Israel. And there's a lot of people out there who I think have had a pre-existing notion of what Israel is, and it's very hard to let go. And those people, you know, impact your family's perspective, even if your family, you know, wasn't subject to that.
Right.
We got to get Waleed Shahid on the program, because he has a really good, interesting sort of like breakdown of the political dynamics here. That the Democratic parties, the older establishment Democrats, perceive a lot of their support coming from institutions that used to be unequivocally in support of Israel. And they are not catching up to the fact that that is shifting within the Democratic Party, or how quickly it's shifting. And so, and I think that's happening within the context of our society too, just broadly speaking. Like the, you know, the assumptions that people had about Israel, I think, are slowly in some corners changing. So it's going to take a while, but you know, I don't know what else to say. Maybe Israeli, you know, there are Israeli writers who are writing about this that you can find, you know, online and in the Haaretz and this and that, who understand. And, you know, sometimes I feel like, depending on who the family is, that carries more weight, because it's not as easy to sort of knee-jerk dismiss it as, you know, being, well, these guys are motivated because, you know, they're anti-Semitic, or they don't understand, you know, the founding of Israel.
They're scary, right? And they're scared of, you know, scary brown people. So it's the way that our society has been set up. But I appreciate that a lot, Sam. Anyway, like I said, first time, long time. Love the things you guys have been talking about with Israel. You've helped me out a lot. So
appreciate the call, Joe.
Thanks for taking the call.
Hey, folks, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and check out our daily show. We do it every day at 12 p.m. Eastern for about 2.5 hours. We even take phone calls. You should check that out.